this video a lot of views.
Thanks, James.
Hey. I know I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again, but this is the best movie on Tubi. The Boss Man, Beauty to Die For. Is cover here? This is a Sony Pictures movie. Don't get it wrong, don't be mistaken, this isn't Sony Pictures. I'm assuming that was intentional. I don't really know how much it helped them out, considering when you search it up spelled with the two N's, they still don't pop up. Nice try, but not quite. But this isn't about that. This is about the boss man. The boss man in question is Alexander. He has multiple enemies that he has acquired as job doing business.
And you want to sit here and talk to me this way?
Yes, I am.
You have any proof?
This guy that somehow spiking his 6 strands of hair was his driver. We also have James over here. Is really cool. James and his wife, Sophia, I assume did something disgusting, judging by that towel on the bed.
I'm getting that job, okay?
But he is on his way to have an interview with the boss man to become the new driver since Greg's on his way out. Now I know, they were just having this conversation in the office, Greg and Alexander, but now they're outside by the pool. I think they just rented this place and wanted to take advantage of the sick view because there are things that happen outside by this pool that have no business happening outside by this pool. But it's constant.
And mark my words, you will regret this every moment.
They're still arguing, and it escalates.
Fuck you, I don't need nothing from you. Who the fuck are you?
This is my new driver.
You're
Needless to say, he got the job. Now it seems like a good time to mention that James is also known as Master James, because he's really good at martial arts. He owns a gym for it and everything, okay? But he's getting a job as a driver. I guess the gyms aren't making a lot of money. His other character, Tom.
Too bad for Greg. He shouldn't do that to you.
Take a guess what he does, okay? They spend a decent amount of time showing Alexander doing business. Well, all it ever is are people coming in to sit by his pool and sign papers. That's all fine, whatever, but they're about to have this meeting with some clients from the Philippines. Wow, okay, a pool, right? Fine. What's up with the music? Also, they really love this pool. They're over here taking selfies with it, posing for other people to take pictures for them. It's a nice pool, I get it, Jesus. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Music choices continue right here.
I wish my parents could see you the way I do.
I don't know how old these characters are meant to be, but wow. Not only are your parents still alive, but they're spry enough to have opinions on your love life.
Never die for you.
Alexander's wife, Victoria, invites James' wife, Sophia, and him to a dinner, a romantic dinner. It's the nicest thing I've ever seen in my life, but before we even get into that, I just want to take a moment to mention Victoria's accent, or accents. She doesn't speak that much, but when she does, it doesn't seem consistent to me.
You're very kind, and I want to say thank you for taking such great care of my husband.
She doesn't sound entirely American there, maybe Australian. It gets more unclear to me the more she talks throughout the rest of the movie. Just keep that in mind whenever you see her, because it was throwing me off. Back to the romance that I was talking about. Awe-inspired. We get back into Alexander's business dealings after We get back into Alexander's business dealings after this. I never look into these movies before I watch them. I like to be surprised, right? The most I do is I scroll through Tubi and I look at something that seems like probably low budget, start playing it, I skip a couple minutes through the movie, just jump around to see if it's fitting my criteria, and then I go back to the start if it does and watch the thing. That's all the research that's being done. So I have no idea if, say, there's a cameo in the movie by the best actor on earth.
And look at this view!
It's Donna Lehigh sing. I was genuinely so excited to see her.
Thank you so much for your generous contribution to our online television entertainment franchise.
This movie and Paradise Motel both came out in 2022. So my fan theory is that her character is now living under a different identity and she's scamming this man because he also fits that victim type, right? From the other movie? Peak of the movie. Peak. It was such a thrill. Anyway, sometime after that, Alexander and James go to that gym that James owns. Going to check on this guy, Bob, okay? The timing, really something, because when they get there, Greg and his boys are beating the snot out of Bob.
Hey, stop!
Try to look into the actors a little bit after the fact, because some of them are just super interesting in themselves. So I was looking at Bob here, and his IMDb page, it has like a recording, like if someone recorded another screen. And it's not important, but I didn't know IMDb would like let people do that. I suspect some of these guys are also stunt doubles because I'm into this. They're not skimping on it, truly. I think if the editing was a bit better, I could see this in a big budget thriller movie. These fellas could be on the big screen. Tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong, I'll kill you. They have Alexander and Greg duel each other here in the ring, so it stays on the up and up, maybe? I don't know, but what I do know is Alexander beats the crap out of Greg. Head hanging, Greg and the boys leave. Embarrassing, shameful, should get off the grip for a while. He got pummeled so bad after he started it, nonetheless. But does he do that? You know he doesn't. Quick accent check.
Wow. Look how beautiful the view is.
And back to business.
Oh, hey, Alexander!
This gets more and more unclear to me. What is the overlap of services that Alexander provides? He's working with people, the suits. He's working with the suits, but also this edgy, like, rock band. Is this a real band? I don't look into that, but I feel like these fits don't look entirely staged to me, and there's a degree of authenticity to what they have going on, and I don't think that would fit in the budget they have. Speaking of fits, our main man over here wearing matching red suits. That's how you know the friendship is real. It's truly formed. There's no going back.
Honey, you're distracting me.
Oh, it's distracting, is it, Mr. Alexander?
Alexander!
I'm the champ.
Champ? I'm the champer.
It's not a word.
Yes,
Or
there is.
exists like that.
Yes, there is.
Oh, yes?
Champer. That means better than the champ.
Maybe I just don't know what accents sound like. Maybe she's also just a chronic fucking liar. This guy is another person that they hired to abduct, kill, maybe, I don't know. Hired to attack Alexander and James. Classic synchronized thugs. The guy gets a package delivered to him in the middle of this fight. What's in the package? Bangles. Things for his wrists. Not much comes of him putting them on, even, so I don't know why they did that. How could they make this fight even more odd, you might be thinking? They have this other guy slowly circling the fight on a motorcycle the entire time, but feet on the ground style, like he's just pedaling along. It feels like a joke. Alright, so Alexander and James finish beating these guys up. Bengal dude slowly falls and then looks straight at the camera again.
Fuck you! Fuck you! It's your fucking partner.
All of that just to be a snitch. The main guys aren't safe for long after that either. On the same car ride away from this fight, they get swarmed again on the road. But now we make a massive jump in severity of the issue here. Greg decides to bring out machine guns.
The plan is, we do things my way. Guacamole style. Swift, silent, and deadly.
Those aren't things that I typically associate guacamole with. Maybe if he said beans, I could get on board. Regardless, it's just weird. You're on your way to go kill a man and you're comparing it to guacamole? I don't know. They end up in Forks, Washington somehow. There is a slight blue hue on top of everything. Additionally, somehow Greg has this big group of people just ready to slot someplace for him.
Welcome, Cobra team. Welcome, Eagle team.
Why does he even have a job? How do you get people on board with this? If you thought the special effects from earlier with those fireworks were good, you're really not ready for what you're about to see. Victoria calls up Alexander from Bret Michaels' house or something like that, and in the middle of a gunfight, yeah, Alexander answers the phone.
Wait, is that a gunshot?
You can barely hear what anybody's saying over the gunshots and explosion sound effects, but that's just realism, baby. James is literally killing people. There's never any sort of consequence or mention of that. I don't know what this guy's history is like, but he seems a little too on the ready, if you get what I'm saying. I don't think this guy's business is anything shady from what I've gathered. It's pretty wild that this is even happening, let alone the lack of concern. I've never been a businessman myself, so who am I to say? Now what happens next? Sophia calls James. He answers the phone too. Naturally, she asks about the gunshots. And what does he tell her?
I just play the game.
I told you, do not play that game without me.
He's playing the game. He's playing the game. He hangs up on her, so why do you even bother answering the phone anyway? It's worse. I'd be so mad. Not only are you playing the game without me, but now you're gonna hang up on me? Divorce papers on the way. Against all odds, the two of them kill most of the gunmen. The main baddies are still alive out there, obviously. But the rest of them, they leave. Like many, many crimes weren't just committed here. People are dead. But they go home, and they choose not to mention any of that to their wives.
Well, James' car blew up.
It blew up, really? What?
Well, sorry, James' car broke down.
Okay, well, you know James and Sophia are coming here this morning, right?
It's all right. I sent a driver for them.
Jerry's still out on that accent. Now, Alexander is sending a driver to pick up his driver?
Good morning, Sophia.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Plot hole. Nice to meet you? Don't tell me that night by the pool with the fireworks meant nothing to you. You already forgot? Sophia. The dudes talk about the situation and they decide to take a trip to the office. See if his partner Tom has anything incriminating in there. Because that snitch with the bangles told him it was his partner, right? So they're leaving, and their wonderful wives are staying behind to do some yoga.
Well, I told the bodyguard not to come today. Sophia and I will be fine.
That's cool.
No bodyguard today? Can we guess what's gonna happen here?
Awesome. Come on, girls, you're coming with me.
I didn't know they were also trained in martial arts. But it doesn't matter because the both of them are overpowered by Greg. What happened? They used up all their energy on those first two henchmen, I guess. They've officially been kidnapped. Ransom calls made. The news is devastating, of course, but some take it harder than others.
What? No! Would you die for Sophia? She's like my own sister, but more.
What the fuck's going on there? The three of them, Alexander, James, and Bob, go to meet up with Tom, the partner. In regards to the ransom, Alexander hands over the laptop with all of his info on there.
You motherfucker.
You thought it would be that easy, Alex? Their Chromebook has handprint recognition, right? So Tom has gotten what he wanted. But it isn't that simple, is it?
Okay, now bring me Victoria and Sophia.
It's time to play a game. They're doing one-on-one fights. Whoever's hands touch the ground first loses. Choose your fighter.
We have Roy, the lion. Crazy Legs Hank. Don't forget Dan, a.k.a. Superfly.
Bob's first, and he gets his ass beat so fast it's not even funny.
Shit! It's okay.
How the fuck does he have a black belt? It's going on for a while, but eventually they all just start fighting each other. No care for these rules. Unfortunately, the good guys are terribly outnumbered, so they're all down for the count. I think this is maybe the second time James and Tom have seen each other, and Tom's problems are with Alexander, so I don't know where he acquired all this beef with James, but he's trying to take away his loved ones.
I'm gonna take away from you what you cherish most.
Sophia!
Gets a headshot on Bob, dead. Unclear to me if that was intentional, but then he goes to shoot Sophia. Wowie, wow. Can't make sense of that, but it's freaking intense. They go to the hospital and James is in surgery. Not a word about Bob. Literally nobody gives a shit that Bob died. They don't even mention him. Not even Sophia. Cold-hearted. Cold. After how devastated he was about her getting kidnapped. Fuck. About 20 minutes straight of hospital content. James is in a coma or something, I guess. They don't even say that. They never say that, but he's unconscious for days.
He's in stable condition. They're just getting him stabilized, and as soon as we have a room ready for him to hold him, we can take you out back.
He's in stable condition. We're just getting him stabilized, and then we'll take you out back. Out back? Gotta put him down. Alexander reveals that he'd been working with the FBI, so he didn't actually lose any of his money. Didn't mention it to anybody this entire time. Many questions. But my main one is, why did the FBI never step in? They exposed stuff. A helicopter crashed. Where was the FBI? They're just watching? No appearance made. Okay, but basically that's all resolved. James wakes up, but then he doesn't wake up. But then he wakes up.
Hi, honey. Hi, honey.
Sophia's parents apologize for being haters. That's about it.
Oh no! James got shot!
What?
Wonderful movie. I had a great time watching it. The end of it in the hospital went on too long, but the rest of it, really wild ride. The director/writer put out at least a couple movies the same year as this one. but it feels like a passion project. I don't think quality was lost. 10 out of 10. Bye.
I'm the boss man.
That looks like Greg.
Damn it! That's Greg.